Hello, 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 and welcome back. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make the beautiful Momma Jade. So I don't know if you remember, but my diabetic cat I mentioned, which is Momma Jade, and sadly, Momma Jade is no longer with us. So in her memory, we're going to be modeling her. So I'm just going to go squip on over to my other file. Okay, it doesn't want to do that. Don't save. And okay, here we are. I have some beautiful reference photos of my lovely cat, Momma Jade. This is the one that inspired the bow tie. And this is just one of the funnier ones I have of her. There was a person in the background, so I did my best to cover it up. Because we keep identities safe on this channel. Just kidding. I mean, yeah, but my name's been dropped in the comments a couple of times, but I don't know if anyone's noticed. So we're going to get started by adding in a UV sphere. Not sculpting. So I'm just going to go to Edge and hit Unsubdivide. We're going to subdivide again later, but for now we're not going to need that much. Do RX 90? No. RY 90. And I'm just gonna pull it up a bit. And I'm gonna make it a bit wider. I'm gonna turn on proportional editing, it's right here. I'm just gonna say, okay, yeah, connected only just because as a precaution. I'm gonna turn on X-ray mode, and I'm gonna grab all these bottom verts, and I'm going to kind of smush it, kind of make it more of like a flat bottom. Might need to pull it up a bit. Kind of getting this shape. Only thing I could think of is the creature from the grub from Pikmin. Or I don't know what they're called. I forgot. We'll call them Munch Munch. But yeah, so once you kind of get this, I guess it's kind of like a non-curly croissant. If it was a very fat, straight croissant. Croissant. I don't know where that meme came from, but it's just kind of funny. So first thing you're going to want to do is, well, you're going to want to actually add a cut. Because we're only going to work on half of this, so we can go ahead and delete the other half. Faces. Yeah. Extrude, delete. And then you can just go ahead and add a mirror modifier. This will make sure we remain perfectly symmetrical. We will be applying this later so we can do the head tilt. But if you don't want the head tilt, then you shouldn't have to. Let me make it bigger. There we go. I'm just gonna increase this a little bit to keep up with the roundness. And I am going to delete these two. I'm gonna head out real quick. Do shade smooth. I think you can do it in the modeling editor. I just have a habit of heading out. And I'm also gonna add a subdivision surface, which we might end up bumping up. But for now, I'm going to leave it like this. And I'm going to pull this, just adjust the eye shape the best I can. I think for my cat, for Mama Cat, I need to make her look annoyed with the universe. She was a happy cat. She was very spoiled, but she had this way of constantly seeing annoyed and angry. Like, she looked like she was annoyed with you, but she was purring. Her face said, I am mad and annoyed, and I want you to I want you to succumb to my will, or whatever it is. I added a cut. I didn't add a cut in my last one, but this one I'm trying to make a little bit more look like angry baby. You can also do E to extrude it. E, pull it in just a little bit to give those eyes a bit of a support edge. I think this is the best I'm gonna get. Yeah, that's probably the best I'm gonna get. Okay, so from here, I'm actually going to extrude back. This isn't really necessary, but I'm just gonna do it as a precaution. I'm gonna grab this edge loop again, hit Shift D to duplicate it, and then I'm gonna extrude it out, and then in. And then I can just do like a grid fill here. Now that's going to look a little wonky, so I'm going to hit L, which selects all things that are linked, and go to Z mesh, normals, or calculate outside. That should fix those. And then I'm also going to need to grab this edge and pull it back. There we go. There's the eyes. And that's really all we need for the head. Next, we're going to create the opening for the body by deleting these faces and kind of rounding this out. Make it round. Grab them all. Zoom out. And just kind of start extruding. I'm going to maybe flatten those. I'm going to need to scale as I drag out to try and help keep the round shape. Scaling it in, and this stuff. I'm just gonna go ahead and close that. Okay, now from here I'm going to start dragging these things back a little bit to keep the front flat, but to give a little bit of a back arch. Also to pull this out. Think we might want an extra loop here, just to make it a little wide. And there we got the body. I might just burp, burp, burp. Let's make it a little bit more round. Give a little bit of an arch to it. Emphasize. I'm going to emphasize my cat's melonness because she always looked like she ate a melon. When people heard we called her Mama Cat, they looked at her belly and they're like, oh, she's pregnant. And we're like, no, she's not pregnant. We found her with 6 kittens at a CVS, and I think that was the only time she hissed at me. And it was very half-hearted. It was like, hiss. Like a warning, like, if you mess with my kittens, I will do nonsense to you. But not like a I hate you hiss. And when my mom put her in the carrier, she first fought it. And then she was like, oh gosh, thank you saved me. And from there out, she was very spoiled for a happy 7 years. I think she was 14. We thought she was about 7 when we found her. She was the stiffest cat on the planet Earth. Like, she could not be flexible. She was so stiff. If she was hyper, she was sprawling around the house with, like, straight legs. She was great. Okay. Enough of ranting about my cat. This is her memorial modeling tutorial, so I do get the rant about her awesomeness in her loving memory. But yeah. Okay, so there's the base of our cat done. Now I'm gonna add the stash by, once again, I can do a round sphere, or I mean a UV sphere. My bad. Another one. I'm just gonna go ahead and do edge on subdivide. The basic stash. Although I might edit this stash a little bit, because although the other stash is great and works for most cats, Momma Jade was known for her very specific bow tie noodle stash. Because it kind of looked like a bow tie noodle. You can see here. I will demonstrate. Boop, 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 boop. It didn't quite have the roundness, I guess. So, to capture the truth of Mama Cat, I'm gonna make mine more of a shape, a bow tie noodle shape. And to do that, I'm gonna scale down and kind of flatten this a little bit, and maybe pull this one out and like this. Yeah. So now, when I rotate it, I put a mirror modifier on it just in case anyone missed it, because I'm just so used to doing that. I forget I need to mention. It's like, yeah, we're doing a mirror modifier. I'm just gonna flatten it a bit. Pull it in. Probably need to do it like this. There we go. Beautiful. You don't have to do this. I'm just doing this because this is my cat. And I want to be as accurate as I can to her. Although I can't quite capture that look of, you are here to serve me. She was very much a you are here to serve me cat. All humans were her friends, but, well, more like all humans were her servants. And you are going to serve her. She once trapped a maintenance worker in her house because she kept blocking the door because she would go out on supervised walks and she would body slam the door when she wanted out if you walked anywhere close to it. So she trapped the poor guy in because he couldn't open the door without her running out. I had to save him by picking up the cat. Oh, she was great. Okay, so I just added a cube, and I'm just going to move this cube up. We are going to mirror this. You can add the mirror later. But I'm going to scale this top down, move it forward. I'm going to just scale this in and scale it back. I'm going to add a cut here that I can just like this. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add the subdivision that we're going to need so I can get a better look at what shape I'm creating. I think this is a good shape. It might do better. I think her ears were kind of pointy, so I might make it a little more pointy up here. But this is a little stylized, so it's going to be kind of round. Okay, I'm just going to hop out, do the shade smooth, hop back in. And I'm going to add the mirror. Mirror, 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 mirror. I'm very sad about my cat's passing, but I'm not home right now, so I don't feel her absence as much. But as soon as I go home, it's gonna hit me like a train. Because she's always the first cat, because the other cats are like, huh, 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 who's here, who's what? And then they come out after figure out it's me, Mama. As I said, all humans were her servant, so it didn't matter who came in the door, you were gonna serve her. So she's usually the first one who gets cuddles, the first one to greet you. And it's gonna be like, oh my gosh, she's not here. And I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna hold her son and I'm gonna cry. Her son is named Buggy, and he annoyed the stuffing out of her. I mean, Bug's great, but Bug annoyed his mother way too much. So, I don't know if you saw what I did there. I was ranting about the cat again, but that's what this whole thing is for, to honor the cat. I'm actually going to mark a seam here. We're not going to UV unwrap these ears, but this is just so I can grab things easier. Or actually, hold up. I'm first going to bevel this edge for something later. We're going to be adding some fur, and so I think it's better to have just a beveled edge. So I'm going to mark this one as a seam. And I'm actually going to go back in here, and I think, yeah, this should be good. I might actually delete these faces. I made them, and then I remember if we need fur, we're going to use fur, and that might be weird. Never mind, leave them. Leave them. Just mark a seam here so that we can easily grab it using the L, because we don't want to put any fur particles near the eye. Okay, next step is we're actually going to apply the mirror modifier. And I'm going to apply the subdivision. And we'll get to the tail in a second. The tail's just a simple curve. But I'm going to go to modeling, and I might as well just chop it in half again. Chop it, chop it, chop it, chop it, chop it, chop it, chop it. And use this. when I originally made it, I didn't chop it in half, but I know what I'm doing now, so I can. Generate mirror. So to get the tuck's body, we're going to start cutting. Or we're going to use J to connect. We're just going to kind of go down and around until we get to the base. Making a little train using J. I think J for join. Think of it like that. Till we get to around the bottom. I think around here. And if I can just grab like this and use, I think, control, which control like is the shortest path. I'm gonna mark a seam because this portion of our cat is going to be white. And I can go ahead and add in a new, and then I'm gonna add in an empty slot and assign this to the empty slot. And I'm also gonna make another one and assign this to this other empty slot. The reason I'm not just making 3 new materials is because I'm going to make a toon shader for this top one, and I'm going to duplicate that material to make it for the bottom ones. That way I don't have to like make the toon shader over like 18 times. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to I'm in Eevee, which means I can go into this mode real easily. I wouldn't do this with cycles. Also, you cannot make the toon shader I'm about to make in cycles, so yeah, stick with Eevee. Eevee's much nicer on the computer. Cycles is great for, I think, photorealism, but as I never go in that direction, I never use it. I do use it for baking, texture baking. So I'm just going to go ahead and add myself a little sunlight. Maybe bump it up to 5. There we go. And I'm going to go to shading. Pop it back over to that, and I'm going to make I'm going to snap to this material. I'm going to call this black coat. Mainly because the black coat is the same color as the fur material we're going to create, but the fur material is going to have shadows turned off, so the hairs don't create any shadow. So there's going to be a black coat and black fur. So to get this started, I'm going to get a diffuse BSDF. I'm going to do a color ramp. Oh wait, hold up. Shader to RGB first. And then a color ramp. Color ramp. I'm going to snap that in. So there's 2 ways we can do this. Because we're not using a texture, we can just assign the colors in here, which will work for everything except the eyes in this cat. So I did like a dark blue for like a stylized shade of black. So I can just do that here. And then just, yeah, there we go. I can also, from normal, type in normal and go to normal, and that'll give us this like sphere normal. And then you'll have to adjust, I think, this thing down a bit more, but it'll give you like a, basically kind of assigns like a sphere normal to your texture, so it makes there be less like shadows. Like if I pop it off, you see there's the shadow conforms more to the shape, but if you turn it off, it doesn't conform quite as much. It works well for simple models if you just want to reduce the number of shadows. It also works well with the fur. So we're just going to leave it like that. I'm going to go over here to the second one. I'm going to do black coat, but I'm going to hit this new material, which makes a copy. I'm going to call this white coat. And I'm just going to change these colors. So I'm just going to change it to black real quick. This kind of resets the thing to in the center. So I'm going to go to white up here. And I'm going to go to like a light gray. I can also apply this to the stash. And I can assign these colors to the ear. So I marked seam, right? Your seam has been marked. Mark seam. Okay. So that means I can just click. I can assign black coat, and then I can click these faces with L and assign them to white coat. Boom. Nice. So I will go ahead and add the tail. So to start with the tail, we're going to go to curve, just do simple path. If you don't have as many of these, it's because I have an extra curves add-on enabled. It is built in, but this is an slightly older version. This isn't 4.4, I think is the newest one. This is 4. And I think they removed like the loop tools add-on from being built in, I've noticed. That could have just been the weird installation I saw, but hopefully it's still there in the latest version. But okay, I'm gonna add this tail in. I'm gonna go to geometry, set this round up about there. I got about 0.33, up to you. You can also do Alt S to scale like that, but I'm not going to because Mama had a very skinny tail. 190, 190. I'm just gonna line it up with the back of my cat. Actually, I'm gonna make this thinner, like about there. Okay. So I'm gonna build the tail straight and like aligned. I mean, it's gonna be curvy, but like it's gonna be straight down here. And then I'm gonna turn it later. But for now, I'm going to do like this. I'm going to subdivide. Give me a few more faces. I'm gonna scale it a little bit down. Make it a bit skinnier because I'm making it smaller. And there we go. Simple as that. I'm just gonna go to convert to in mesh. And this converts it to a mesh, so when I go back I can see all the geometry. And I am going to grab this last edge and I'm going to extrude it out, and scale it, extrude it out, and scale it until the center. Just to kind of close it and make a gap. And I'm just giving it a little bit of a round cap. There we go. Just trying to smooth it out a little bit. Now, if you want, in theory, you can go to, I think, unsubdivide, and then subdivision surface. And maybe that'll make it a little bit cleaner of a tip. I think I'll just leave what I have. And then from there, you can just go ahead and add black coat. Alright, we're getting there. Now for the eyes. Okay, for the eyes are currently... Okay, I must have messed up there. Assign, and I'm just gonna remove that edge because apparently I marked it wrong. Clear seam. The seam should be over here. So I'm gonna do this. I'm just gonna real quick separate it. Is there another edge like deep in there that's... Okay, no, that was just weird. So I'm gonna go to UV editing because we will need this for the eyes. And I'm just gonna go to UV and simply project from view. And I'm just gonna make it bigger. There we go. UV, project from view. Shading, I'm gonna add white coat in, and I'm gonna duplicate it and call it eyes. Actually, and honestly, you don't even need a shader for the eyes. Really? I mean, you need like a shader, but you don't need like the shadow like thing. So honestly, we probably could have just made a new one, but I'm just going to delete this. I'm going to type in gradient. And I'm going to type in color ramp. and plug it in. And I'm gonna turn it to, I think, spherical. Okay. And I'm actually gonna apply mirror. I think, well, hold up, no, not yet. So if you have, I think, node wrangler enabled, you can hit Control T, which will go ahead and give you texture, coordinate, and mapping. But you can always just manually drag those out. Manually, like, be like, mapping, or coordinate. I always type in coordinate if I want texture coordinate because there's a lot of things with texture in its name. But not a lot of things with, like, yeah, you see all these other stuff with texture. Not a lot of things with coordinate. So, there we go. I'm gonna use linear, gonna set it to constant. See if I can move it up. What are you doing? There? It's the reason it's being so weird is because I forgot to switch it to UV. So that was my bad. If you want to reset a node, like you mess up with the settings, you can hit backspace when you have that node selected. So that's why it was being weird. Okay, I was like, why isn't it mirroring? So I'm gonna move up, I think, 0.5, negative 0.5, and then -3, and I'm gonna make these eyes smaller. There we go. And if you want to make them more like this, you can squish it. Use the x-axis, make it bigger. And then you can just drag out a little bit. Oh gosh. Now she's looking in two different directions. Okay, there we go. I'm actually going to duplicate this for later, but for now I'm going to do mix. I'm going to put it in A, and then I'm going to do factor. You can do mix and then shader factor, but it's going to do like this one. It's just much easier to ensure if you want color to do like mix A. And I'm going to first I'm going to sample. So this is the green. So I'm going to sample her eye color. Bonk. That looks a little weird. Her eyes are more vibrant than that, so I'm gonna build off a little bit this. They look more like this. Caramel eyes. I have some good pictures with her eyes, like looking like very much this color. And then we're just gonna go black. And we're gonna duplicate this. And we're gonna plug this in. Make this one white. Brr. But also we're gonna and we're just gonna move this around using the controls. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful baby. Definitely captures more of her attitude than my previous one did. I think this stash might need to be a little bit more inward. There we go. Looks good. Now it is time to add the colors. So I'm going to go to the body. Wait. Okay. I was like, what? Okay, the eyes don't need white coat or black coat anymore because now they're separate. But I'm going to enable black coat again, duplicate it, set it to black fur. And I'm going to go down here to the shadow mode and set it to none. Now it doesn't do anything yet because we don't have anything assigned. But I'm going to do the same thing with white coat. White fur. Go down and turn the shadows off. And then I will also apply black fur over here. Black fur. And I'm only going to do black fur for this one because I'm not going to have any fur in the ears. But okay. So, oh, and white fur. White fur go here. So real quick, I'm going to go, I think, here. This camera to the render properties. I'm going to go down to, let's see, where is it? Curves, and type in strip. This is going to allow us to change the shape of the strand a bit more. This works well with stylized assets. And, okay, here we go. We're going to go over here to particles. And I'm going to click this body. I'm going to type 1. We can just duplicate it. But yeah, I'm going to set from emitter to hair. And I'm going to set the hair way down. Way down, like, yeah, there. Oop, real quick. Let's go to vertex groups. So we're going to need to assign some vertex groups. And luckily, this is going to be very easy because of our fur coloring. Because we did material based and not a like one giant texture, we can just simply go to black coat and select and add a group and assign. So I'm just going to call this group B. And I'm also going to go select around this eye, and I'm going to remove from group B because I don't want hair poking into the eye. I can also just hit L select and do group W and assign. So that means only the white fur is going to grow here and the black fur is going to grow here, but we have to set that first. So we got to go to vertex groups, density, starting with B. So now you can see the black hair isn't growing in the white, with the exception of here because we need to do something. Can I just grab all of these. I forgot, I need to bevel these to create like a buffer. And I'm just gonna assign the buffer to black coat. I'm gonna remove this upper strip real quick. Clear seam. And I'm just gonna remove this group remove it from this one and from this one. Just so there's like like not intruding on each other. This would look a little weird if you didn't have, hold up, it's poking through the stash. This would look a little weird. I'm actually gonna just grab a group. Okay, apparently I'm in this mode. I'm gonna grab this group and also remove it from W. Well, maybe this can go back in the W. I mean, B. I'm just kind of cleaning up where I don't want the faces to poke through. Okay, never mind. Those have to go. There we go. Okay, back to this. I hope that wasn't confusing. Just adding some buffering so the blue doesn't come out where the white is and the white doesn't come out where the blue is. So I'm going to adjust my quantity to an insane amount. Okay, not too much because you'll kill your computer. I'm going to hair shape. I'm going to increase diameter root to make it thicker. I can decrease the hair length again. A little pokey. And as you notice, it's creating that weird shadow. So if we go to render as, and then material, switch it to black fur. And now you'll see that the hair itself isn't casting a shadow. And it's only on one half of the cat because we we need to apply mirror. And there you go. I kind of want my fur to be a bit thicker than that. I'm gonna go to modeling real quick and just select these faces. Honestly, you could select even more just so you can turn it off around the ears, because a lot of these faces and ears are in the ears. So if you want to save on processing. Yeah, I'm gonna remove from group B. Oh, okay, I forgot. I should have mirrored after doing that. That's okay, we'll just do the same over here. Might not be perfect, but close enough. Remove from group B. There, no more hair on the ears. Okay, so once you get figure out where you want your particles to be. Like, how much hair do you want? I want lots of hair. I want her to be very fuzzy. Get some hair. If you want to move the hair in between the eyes, that could also work. I think I'm good with this. You can see a little hair covering the eyes, but it's fine. So once you're good with this, you can just call this B particle. I'm going to create another system. It's going to make a whole new thing, but I'm just going to jump back to B particle, and I'm going to hit this duplicate to make a copy of it and call this W particle. And we'll need to change two things. We'll need to change it from black fur to white fur. And we'll also need to change the density group to W. So now it's only growing. We have that one thing here. Just insert, move from W. Just insert, and yeah. Now I can click here, and for the particle group, I don't like how it always makes a new particle group. Assign that to B particle. For the stash, do W particle. Make sure you apply mirror. And I might need to just, I'm gonna go into modeling real quick and scale down the stash. There we go. Very fuzzy. And then for the ears, I'm gonna make another vertex group. I'm gonna see and call it B. Assign. And hopefully with pray that it's going to, okay, I guess it's per object B. Okay, there. And also remember to apply apply these. I'm also going to remove a couple of faces, so I'm gonna need to remove a few faces from the B group. Beep beep. I'm gonna remove most of these ones that are facing inward. Remove from the group. Remove. Okay, I forgot. Gotta do it for both sides. But remove. There we go. Oh, I was like, what happened to her head? It was because her tail and head were aligned. Okay. So we have that. And now it's time for the Happy Halloween bow tie. I call it her Halloween bow tie because I took that on Halloween and that was her best. I was like, here's your Halloween costume. It's a bow tie. So it's her Halloween bow tie. So I'm going to go into modeling. I'm going to go into subdivide. I'm going to use this little smooth tool to smooth this out. I'm going to pull this forward and I'm going to squish it. I'm going to actually grab these two faces right here and squish them. Pull it in a little bit. I keep hitting the wrong buttons. I've been switching back and forth between this and Maya, and I don't like Maya. I try to be somewhat nice to Maya because I don't want it to turn on me because it's done it before. But I don't like Maya. I do keep hitting the wrong keys though. I do like how when you hit like say the scale hotkey, it pulls up the tool in Maya. I think that's very nice. But I don't like how you can select through meshes in Maya because I always select like wrong faces and then everyone's just like, you see, I only duplicated. The one thing is I only duplicated half here. Hold up. I made a mistake. I was used to Maya and this is not Maya. Maya, you accidentally you select through SY0. And you don't normally, it's a pain, but occasionally it does have some benefits. Mirror X, Y, is this right? Okay. Mirror. Okay, what? which is weird. I don't know how I didn't select through because I had X-ray mode on. Bridge edge loops. This isn't, you don't really normally are gonna have this complicated of a time, but I made a mistake. I would say next time, let me go through, just do L and duplicate. That way you know you're grabbing everything. But I made a mistake, and now I suffer for it. There we go. And I'm gonna boop, 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 boop. That might be a little too much forward. I'm trying to give it a little bit of a forward so it's not just a flat bow tie. Now to do this, delete, faces. Ooh, my lappy top is hot. Ooh, lappy top is hot. The fur is killing it. I'm kidding. Mirror, clipping. Let me go to subdivision. Okay, what's going on here? When in doubt, go back, grab and yeet, delete. Or let me just save real quick. What's going on here? Wait, mesh. Normals, recalculate outside. There we go. That fixed it. Don't need to delete it. Add another. I'm gonna go to UV editing. I'm going to project from view as my favorite. I don't do a lot of texturing, I just do a lot of color-based UV mapping. So let me, I can now go in and I don't have to apply that because I'm not using any fur systems on it, but I'm going to align it with my cat. I like doing the aligning in this mode so the origin stays in the same place. There we go, that looks beautiful. Shading. I'm gonna do white coat, duplicate it, name it tie. And I just did white coat because this one's already almost like black and white scale, so I can go to mix, set this to factor, multiply. I can set this to the dark black void of despair. I'm gonna actually need to add an invert because for some reason when you do this, I don't know, inverting is what you need. I can turn off that. Wait. Oh wait, did I not need an invert this time? I guess I didn't need an invert. No? Did I? Oh, hold up. No, I needed the invert, I just plugged it in wrong. Her bow tie is technically polka dotted, so I think what we'll do is, I think it's a Voronoi. I'm gonna duplicate this color ramp real quick, because I already have it. There we go, some polka dots. I'm gonna add this in and switch it to UV, so texture coordinate and UV mapping. Scale, make the dots bigger. The UV doesn't actually look that great here. I'm gonna go generated. Maybe camera. Object. I think object is probably our best bet. And I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna switch the colors from red into white. And scale. Scale. I might do 40. And that's just so I can have like this random like seed generation thing. Hold up, there was a good one a while back. Oh no, I want some more dots than that. I like the size of dot, but don't want any overlapping dots. If I turn the randomness down, hold up. Actually, I might not. If I turn the randomness down, I can go back to 3D. There we go, perfect. That's it. That's our cat. I can add additional subdivision after the particle system. Actually, I don't need it on this. I needed extra subdivision on the eyes. There we go. And that's it. This is the memorial model for Momma Jade. Oop, I forgot, as requested by my own mother, that she needs feet. Shade smooth. Modeling. Just give her some quick pauses. Flatten them feet nubs. There we go. Give her a pausey over here. Mirror the pausey. Mirror, 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 mirror. Okay. It's gonna look weird because it's gonna be white, but okay. Apply white coat as well as white fur. Add in the white particle system, and yeah, just just got 2 feet. I'm gonna turn on this X mirror. Hopefully it works. I'm gonna put her feet more to the side so they don't look as goofy. And there we go. Our memorial Momma Jade. I need to get this 3D printed, but for now, this has been Little Puff Puff. Please, what the? Apparently that's new. Okay. Please do the like and subscribe thing, because apparently I'm supposed to say that, because apparently it helps. And this has been the memorial tutorial for Momma Jade, the greatest cat. We love you, Momma Jade. May you have plenty of wet food in the great beyond. Mama! Goodbye, friends. Have a great day. Let me know what tutorials you want next. Do the like and the subscribe thing. There you go. Bye!